Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do something a little different. I'm super excited about it though. Finally gonna get the boat washed, which means we're one step closer to getting back in the water. Have not been on the boat in almost a year and a half. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes life just happens and unfortunately I put it off, and next thing you know, it's a year and a half. So anyways, we are going to wash this boat. I got a special treat. Better Boats products, they actually reached out to me and I said, hey, can we send you some products? You test them, you let us know what you think of that, about them, good or bad, right? So we're gonna be using their products today and we're gonna see if they can get this boat that's been sitting for a year and a half, if we can get it clean. Now, I don't know about you, but look at that, man, that is gross. It has been sitting uncovered for a year and a half. Now, my wife's not happy about the uncovered part, but as you can see, we are going to put the Better Boats products to the test because this boat is in bad shape. Again, it's been sitting for about a year and a half. Now this is a 2004 Sea Hunt. So it's not gonna get as shiny, I know that. I gotta buff it and wax it and do all that stuff if I wanna get it shiny again. But we're gonna try to get all that green and that slime off of it. All right, so let's go over the products that they sent me to try out, okay? I'm also gonna share with you the products I'm currently using, as I'm sure many of you are probably using the same stuff. So anyways, they sent me this Better Boat Soap Concentrate. What I've based on the instructions, it's just 1 capful per gallon of water. And it is eco-friendly. Of course, they all say that nowadays. This is a Star Bright. It's blueberry. It's got a nice smell to it. They're suggesting that you use 2 capfuls per gallon. And if it's really dirty, you need to do 4 caps. So you're gonna use more of this than this. So that's important to make a note there, okay? They also sent me this instant hole cleaner, which again, I'm in many cases fishing creeks and whatnot, and sometimes I'll leave the boat in. So I'm interested to see if this is going to do a good job. The hole cleaner I'm currently using is, again, Star Bright. It's a basic hole cleaner. And again, we'll see if it does a good job, if the Better Boat product does a good job, okay? All right, deck cleaner. This is the one I'm really excited about. I actually didn't use deck cleaner until, well, I haven't been on the boat in a year and a half. So before that though, I got turned on to the deck cleaner from Star Bright right here, the non-skid deck cleaner. And all of us, if we've got a center console boat or a boat in general, you're gonna find that you're gonna have this non-skid, and you need something a little bit different, and that's why this is so important. So anyways, I'm really excited about this because I've got a lot of non-skid that we're gonna be using this on, okay? So I'm super excited about that deck cleaner. Then of course, we got the Mildew stain remover. I've never tried this actually on my T-top, but my T-top's pretty nasty and I'm thinking about trying it on that. It says that it can go on boat covers. Boat covers are usually Sunbrella, so I'm gonna give that a shot. And then as you can see, I use this Star Bright Mildew stain remover. The cushions that are in our boat, and actually I've just got where we sit at the helm, that's in need of replacing. So none of these products are gonna save those. I'll still try to clean it up a little bit. In addition to that, okay, they sent me this medium deck brush. It's a little softer than what I currently am using. This is a much stiffer bristle, which I may have to do that back there because it's pretty nasty, but this softer bristle is gonna be better for the boat's surface. As you can tell also, I've got an old broomstick for my handle. They were nice enough to send me this nice extension pole here. Extends 3.5 to 6 feet. So if you've got a T-top or you've got the helm, where you need to really reach it, what you will find, let me take this off right here, okay? That you'll be able to twist and you'll be able to extend if I could do it. There we go, okay? So now I've got that extra reach. I love the foam padding right here. This is super nice. So again, I'm interested to see if it's gonna hold up. But anyways, let's get to washing this nasty boat. so we can get back out on the water. All right, we're gonna try this mildew stain remover. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm gonna try it on this old beat up little cover here. I'm just gonna do a little test spot. Let's see what happens. This is a major stain right here. So I've never tried it on Sunbrella, but we're gonna give it a shot. Again, I'm sure it's eating it up. Got this little, it's a non-scratch kind of Brillo pad right here. So I'm just gonna kind of lightly do that right there. So, but I just wanted to do a test spot so you could see whether this mildew and stain remover worked. I never thought, because I've got some from that other company, never thought about trying it on here. I'm thinking it's actually gonna do a good job. Let's see. Okay, better than it was. Let me kind of increase the flow here. Okay, so that's not bad. Still in the fabric though, I can still see it. So now that I've scrubbed that part, let's spray it down again. Let's see if it removes that stuff down in there. This is where you might want to use a scrub brush to get the rest of it out. So you might want to do right here. Direction. I think that's gonna be another keeper, guys. Thinking about going ahead and now it's not too bad. That actually did a really good job. Yeah, I mean, that's, considering how bad it was, that's amazing. Let's see if you can see that. You can really see, I mean, look how green that is. That right there is the way that looked. I'd say that's a keep. That's really awesome. And again, that's Sunbrella. Doesn't look like it's taking any of the dye out. I'm gonna try to do the rest of this and see if I can knock it out. I'm gonna use the pole they gave me and see if I can scrub it. All right, so let's see what happens. All right, guys, so we are going to finish scrubbing this top. Wasn't planning on doing it, but it's doing such a good job and it's so quick. I thought I was gonna be scrubbing for hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and soak this down. All right, so that is night and day. Is it perfect? No. This top's probably been on here since 2004. That's just amazing. This mildew stain remover, what a job it did. All right, guys, so I'm gonna try this instant hole remover. I've got some rust here that I'm gonna try. This is a shake well and use rubber gloves, so it must be good stuff from having to use rubber gloves, right? Now I gotta puncture that, and it says to use an applicator. I'm gonna use one of these, and it says it wants you to put it on here and let it sit for like 2 minutes. So try to get that in there like that. Let's see if I can get that in there. Wow, that is taking it off, guys. There's no telling how long that rust has been there, because this bracket was behind a cushion, and I removed the cushion because I was gonna have a new one made. Wow, look at that. That is taking it off. And that's rust. I mean, a little grime here or there on the side of your boat. I would think that this would rock start. I gotta get it up in there. Can't hardly get it. Wow, that is crazy. That is doing it. It's removing the rust. Wow. Okay. Let's look right here. That is nuts. Okay. That works. Let's remove the rust over here. Let's see what we got over here. All right, so let's go ahead and rinse that. Yeah, I took that rust right off. Took it right off. See that? That's pretty good. There's a little bit left here, but I think that's because I wasn't able to get the sponge in there. But I mean, that did the magic right there. That's the magic rather. That did it. That did the trick. Yep. It's a big thumbs up. Okay, so this deck cleaner right here. It's saying just to put a little bit. It's kind of like my other one. The one that I use normally, I actually switch where I have a little spray nozzle. Might run and get it. I'm just going to do a little bit over here. Just apply a little bit. Okay. Then we're supposed to work it in with the deck brush, and then let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes. So we're gonna work it in with the deck brush. And again, this is the non-skid deck cleaner, so now it's gonna make it even brighter. First go around, I was just using the basic soap. It does a good job, but this has special stuff where it get down these crevices and lift that out. Huh. That's interesting. I can hear, see if you can hear this on the microphone. You hear that? So it's like shh. So it's doing something just on the brush. I mean, you can hear it working, trying to work something, work its magic. Okay, so that's been 2 to 3 minutes. So now we're gonna rinse that off. Yeah, it's looking nice and bright. Yeah. Yeah, it's lifting stuff right up. Okay. That's pretty good. This is where that extended pole comes into play, guys. So I got this right here. Let's do this. Let's put this right here. I'll give you an example. Okay, so extend it on out and wash the motor. That's where this comes into play, see? So now I can take this right here. Hopefully you'll see with this camera. Let me get that out of the way. Now I can scrub the motor, which usually people don't do because they can't reach it, right? So now I can get all those things all washed up, see? That I normally wouldn't be able to because I'm way up here. All right, guys, so the sun's going down a little bit, but you can definitely tell that this boat and the 1.5 years of yucky stuff is now gone. The products did what they were supposed to do. They cleaned the boat. You can tell over there where it's dirty. That's where the scupper holes are not doing their job and draining out like I need to. It's absolutely amazing though. Remember what the floor looked like, how nasty that was. Absolutely do the job. It's still kind of wet here, so it's looking shiny. This boat is a 2004. It's not gonna be shiny unless I buff and wax it and do all that. But again, very impressed with this product. If you're interested in any of these products, they did supply me with a link so that if you were to happen to buy a product that you want to give a shot, then I get a little bit of a commission for that. So if you do that, I really appreciate it for taking the time to make this video for you. Also, it's got a money back guarantee. So if you use it and you don't like it, then you can send it back. So you can't lose. So I encourage you to give them a shot. Again, Better Boat Products. Really appreciate them sending this to us. Thank you, Aaron. Saltwater Jack out.